I'd say 80% of my viewer base is from some sort of Damascus or DM Ultra grind video that I've posted previously on my channel. And I was thinking a lot recently about how DM Ultra and Damascus changes around halfway in the game's life cycle. And I don't mean like the camo itself changes, but the difficulty required to unlock these mastery camos gets progressively easier as the game goes on. And I started to think about things that I wish I knew before getting Damascus and before getting DM Ultra. Now, I've posted things you should do before DM Ultra, but once again, there's been so many changes in the game that DM Ultra is easier than ever to unlock. And what sucks about getting DM Ultra and Damascus as soon as possible once the game comes out is that I had Damascus before the new shipment and shoot house maps were introduced into Modern Warfare. So I unlocked Damascus straight up on the original game launch maps. And same thing with Cold War. I think I did maybe 90% of the DM Ultra camo grind before Nuketown 84 was even released. And then when Nuketown 84 was released, I had just a little bit left to go, which was all I had to do. So I'm gonna be sharing everything you guys should know if you're still grinding DM Ultra, or if you guys already have completed DM Ultra, you're probably gonna wish that you took advantage of a lot of these things, just like I wish that I did. Right off the bat, I can say this with 100% confidence: do not, and I repeat, do not grind in Nuketown 24/7 for DM Ultra. You should be playing 12v12 mosh pits, either in core or hardcore. Now, the reason why is because Nuketown, the way it plays on Cold War, will punish you. If you have a good game one game with the SBMM on Nuketown, you're gonna get slapped the next. So you have one good game on Nuketown, the next game your team's in the spawn trap for the entire game. And once you're in a spawn trap on Nuketown, it's pretty hard to break out of it, and you're not going to be doing a lot of camo progression. Now, Nuketown used to be the best until 12v12 was launched. Because 12v12 takes place on the 6v6 maps, you have more enemies running around, and the maps are a little bit more forgiving if you get put into a spawn trap, because the spawns will flip a lot faster than they do on Nuketown. And if the spawns flip on Nuketown, it's really easy to guess which backyard the enemies are spawning in. If you're spawning the enemies in the green backyard and they're not spawning there anymore, oh shoot, they're in the yellow backyard. And sometimes you can get 12v12 on Nuketown, and that is the only way I would recommend playing Nuketown is on 12v12, because it's just chaos on 12v12 and it's so easy to get a lot of your camo challenges done. But going back to 12v12, it's bigger maps, so you can get long shots consistently. There is 12 enemies running around at all times, so there's going to be lots of chances to get your double kills. Lots of enemies are going to be behind cover, so you can do a lot of your behind cover kills, double kills. Even with launchers, a lot of people aren't running flak jacket in that game mode for some reason in 12v12, so if you're playing hardcore, launcher challenges are going to be a lot easier than if you're trying to do it in Nuketown 24/7. And I think the reason that is straight up is because people in Nuketown 24/7, if you're in core or hardcore, are going to be running flak jacket anyway, because they just know that nades and everything like that is going to be spammed all at once. So you're going to have a lot of explosives going around. So most people will carry flak jacket. But in 12v12, where enemies don't expect there to be nades and explosives being thrown around like crazy in close quarters, they won't be running the flak jacket perk, and those launchers are a lot easier. And if you're in hardcore, you remember the melee trick where if you melee two enemies, that counts as double kills and it counts as kills towards your launcher? In 12v12, since the maps are a lot bigger, there's a lot more places to hide, and there's a lot more places where enemies will bunch up, and if you get the flank on them, you can go and melee like 5 enemies from behind while they're fighting your team. So melee kills with the launchers are extremely easy, and just melee kills in general for the melee category is so much easier. And from what I've played camo grinding wise, which was just finishing the gold camo on the Carve 2, 12v12 is so easy to complete camo progression, because almost every kill you get is going towards some challenge other than just eliminations. You're either getting kills behind cover, long shots, especially in hardcore. If you're playing on a map like Apocalypse, you're going to be getting a ridiculous amount of camos done for your challenge, and 12 enemies means you're getting an average of more kills per game. In Nuketown, I would say my average is anywhere between 30 and 50 kills, but in 12v12, my average is anywhere between 50 and 100 kills. So if you do the math, 12v12 is definitely way more efficient, and it's a lot more fun than Nuketown because I just hate being spawn trapped on Nuketown. And that sucks because if 12v12 was released at the game launch, DM Ultra would have been so much easier than it was at the beginning. But for those who haven't finished it now, you have the best game mode in recent COD history to complete Mastery Camo. One thing that I also disliked about the DM Ultra grind is I never had the chance to select DLC weapons instead of the base game weapons. For those that don't know still, you can actually replace any primary weapon or any secondary weapon in a weapon category with a DLC weapon. So, for example, with assault rifles, you need to get 5 assault rifles gold to get diamond on your assault rifle category, and that diamond will go towards the DM Ultra. Now, what you can do, since we have the Groza and the Farah, is you could replace 2 of the weapons that launched with the game. So say, for example, you don't want to get the FFAR gold and you don't like the QBZ. You can actually use the Groza and the Farah and replace those 2 base game weapons because they all count towards the 5 gold guns required to get diamond. And then once you get diamond for that category, that diamond counts towards DM Ultra. And the only reason you would do that is a category like specials, or if you just really don't like a weapon in the sniper category or the SMG category. But with the specials, you now have the ballistic knife and the crossbow, which are miles easier to get gold than the M79. So if people still haven't done their more difficult challenges like the melee challenges and the specials and launchers, it's a lot easier if you just get the crossbow gold over the M79, because the M79 challenges are aggravating and really annoying. And add that on top of the 12v12 game mode and you're getting gold on your specials extremely fast. Now, if you did get 5 assault rifles gold, and let's say the QBZ and the Farah are the weapons that you left out, that means if you want gold, diamond, or DM Ultra on those weapons in the future, you have to get them gold as well. So once you get DM Ultra, after doing all your diamond categories, any weapon that isn't DM Ultra, or I guess gold, you will not be able to equip diamond or DM Ultra until you get that gun gold itself. So if there's guns in the game that you just never want to get gold because it's going to be too frustrating, or you just never want to use them, you can definitely do that. But if you're more of a completionist, I would still recommend doing the base weapons in the game first and then working on the DLC second. That way you're getting the best of both worlds. You're getting the base weapons in the game done for gold, diamond, DM Ultra, and then the DLC weapons you just follow after. And I think personally for me, I have every gun or weapon in the game gold, diamond, DM Ultra, dark ether, except for the sledgehammer. Everything else, DLC weapon wise, base weapon wise, is all maxed out. So personal tip, if you guys are really struggling, switch out some of those guns. I know it's common knowledge at this point to do that, but with the ballistic knife and crossbow being added into the game, you don't even need to worry about the M79. And I don't know if the melee category replaces the combat knife. It used to be the combat knife was the one gun that you were required to get DM Ultra with, even if you wanted to switch it out for like the machete or something, but I don't know if that works. So if you guys do know, let me know in the comment section down below, and it will help out other people who haven't done the melee challenges as well. Another playlist that I wish I had or knew about when I was grinding DM Ultra was the Face Off 3v3 playlist. This 3v3 playlist, either in core or hardcore, is amazing for getting your camo challenges done for SMGs, shotguns, and melees. Reason being is the maps are super small and super close quarters, and sure, you may only get anywhere between 15 and 30 kills per game, but the games last 5 minutes max. So if you compare the game of 2 face-offs to a core 6v6 game, you are getting anywhere between 30 and possibly 60 kills in 2 face-off games if you are a good player. I'm not talking like if you're getting spawn trapped and you just can't get your footing. Of course, if that's happening and you're joining into a late game and you only get 5 kills before the game finishes. Of course, those will be issues, but if you are a good player from start to finish in a face-off game, you're getting a lot of camo challenges done. Point blanks are going to be super easy with SMGs and shotguns. The melee challenges are going to be extremely easy because you can just run around these tiny maps and just melee everyone, do your execution kills, do your double kills. It's straight up the easiest thing for close range guns. You could technically do assault rifles and LMGs there, but I would just go to 12v12 for those. But the close quarters guns, I wish I knew this was a playlist that was coming to the game, or I even just wish it launched earlier on when I was doing the DM Ultra grind, because this would have made SMGs and shotguns so much easier. I guess pistols too. Pistols are extremely easy on these maps, and you can still get pistol long shots. I think that's a challenge. I know it is in Modern Warfare, but in Cold War, if there's pistol long shots, it's been a while since I've done a DLC pistol. It's so easy to do in this face-off playlist as well. So if you're still grinding DM Ultra, take advantage of these 12v12 playlists in the face-off playlist, because if I had these at my disposal when I was doing DM Ultra, I would have gotten DM Ultra in under what I think it took 4 days of in-game playtime for me to get DM Ultra. It probably would have taken me 3 or like 2.5 to get DM Ultra if these playlists were in the game when I was grinding DM Ultra. And DM Ultra is way easier to unlock than Damascus. So if you guys have done Damascus and you have the knowledge of doing mastery camos, these would have made it just so much easier for you in the long run. This is also going to sound very cliche, but as I've been working on DLC weapons and getting them DM Ultra, one thing that you guys should do, and I wish I knew how to do this when I was doing the DM Ultra grind, is try to have as much fun while grinding these weapons as possible. If you are staying frustrated and constantly getting shit on in the game and always losing and not doing very good, it's going to be very demotivating to get the DM Ultra camo unlocked. I know when I was doing it, there was so many times doing snipers and the launchers and some other guns in the game that I just sat there constantly getting like just slapped around like a ping pong ball in game, and I wasn't having fun, and I was so focused on, I'm doing this challenge, I'm going to stand here until I get long shots done, and it wasn't fun. It was just focus on the challenges and get them done. I wish I knew to take the game a little bit less seriously while doing DM Ultra and having a lot more fun, because as I've done DLC weapons, sure, I'll be focusing on the camo challenges, but I'm also just playing to have fun, and having the mixture of playing to have fun while doing camo challenges makes it so much more enjoyable and so much more rewarding when you complete your camos, because you're not sitting there with a grudge like, oh my god, I'm happy I never have to use that weapon again. You sit there like, oh, I'm happy I got this weapon gold. This is actually a lot of fun using something different within the game. So take it casually and don't sit and just focus on one challenge. If for some reason you get hit with the writer's block of DM Ultra, which would be like you not being able to complete a camo challenge, just play a couple of casual games and then don't focus on your camo challenge, because a lot of the times when I do that now, 9 times out of 10, I actually end up completing those camo challenges while just focusing on trying to have fun in the game rather than actually focusing on those challenges. And I don't know what it is about camo challenges, but the second I stop focusing on a single thing, like if I'm trying to get long shots and long shots only, I always feel, and it always seems like the second I stop focusing on them, I just get them regularly, like all the time. So say you're playing on Armada and you're staying back and trying to get long shots, and you're focusing on long shots and you're getting frustrated because you can't get any. The second you just start playing casual and starting to have fun, you seem to get so much more long shots. And I don't know if that's like you're just not paying attention to your camo challenges and you're just playing and they just come naturally. I don't know what it is, but it's, for some reason, I've always gotten a lot more while not focusing on them. And if I'm focusing just to have fun, I'm getting a lot of challenges done completely. The main category that this affected me with was the kills behind cover. I used to sit in spots around the map where I knew enemies would always be behind cover and it was like a guarantee, but I never got that many kills behind cover in a game. I'd probably get 5 or 6, and then by the time that I've actually started to go run around the map and just kind of pub stomp and try to spawn trap, I was getting a lot more kills behind cover. I think it's because I was giving myself more areas of the map where enemies would be behind cover rather than just sitting and camping at one. So that's a huge one for me that's become a lot easier since just playing casually to unlock camos. And that's the things that I wish I knew before DM Ultra. I'm sure if I really dug deep into the memory, I could find a little bit of extra things. So if I do, I'll add those into a pinned comment down below. Other than that, if you guys have also completed DM Ultra or are on the DM Ultra grind, and you guys wish you knew something before you completed DM Ultra or before you completed some sort of category, let people know in the comment section down below, because the more help that there is out there for people doing DM Ultra, the easier it becomes and the more fun it becomes. Leave a like if you guys did enjoy the video, dislike if you didn't, there's no hard feelings. The feedback helps me improve the channel for the future. Once again, comment on anything that you guys agreed or disagree with in the video. Check some social media links in the description down below if you guys want to come hang out in the Discord, play some games with us, or just follow me on other social media platforms. Subscribe for videos in the future, and I'm about to head out, and if there is one, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.